Please welcome Jennie Nash.
My husband drove me over. She lived down at the beach in this little apartment. She was 30 years old. And she answered the door. She was a very tall woman, about 6 feet tall, with little red ringlet curly hair and this porcelain skin. She was beautiful. And there I was standing at her door, and her breasts were right here. And, you know, I know what it feels like a little bit to be a man, because, like, I didn't know where to look. What I was going like this, and she said, please come in. And her husband, they had been married 6 months, and he was sitting on the couch watching football. And we walked by him, and he went, hey. I was like, oh, don't mind me. I'm just here to see your wife's breasts. So she took me into her bedroom, and she too took off her shirt and showed me what this procedure looks like. And I don't know what overcame me. She was so beautiful. She was so tall. She was so stately. And I said, can I touch it? I just wanted to know, like, is it real? Is it you? Is it warm? Is it alive? So I sort of went like this. And that was the moment when I decided that that was the procedure I was going to have. So 6 months later, after I'd had my surgery and was feeling pretty good, that woman died. She died of breast cancer. We all have a way to tell a story, and what I'd like to challenge you is, if you don't feel like you're telling it, to find a way to tell it. And I'm speaking not only to the survivors, but to your friends and family too. I have a lot of friends named Lori. I have another friend named Lori who was with me through the whole breast cancer experience, through the whole writing of this book, through these photos, through all this stuff. She was with me. And she didn't feel like this was her story. This was my story. I was the writer. I was the survivor. It was my story. Then one day, she was flying in a plane to go home to Salt Lake City. And the woman sitting next to her was crying from the moment they got on the plane. She was absolutely terrified to fly. And my friend said to her, can I help you? You know, what's wrong? And this woman said, I'm flying home because my sister's very sick from breast cancer, and I hate to fly, but I have to go home. So my friend held this woman's hand, spoke to her through the whole trip about me, what she had seen, what she had learned, how she had helped, how it was hard. They were holding hands the whole time, even through landing. And this woman gave her a hug when they were finished and said, thank you for sharing your story. She inspired me. One little moment of one little conversation with one person at an event like this, and it changed my life. And that's what we just have to remember, that sharing our story, giving somebody a hug, telling them it's going to be okay, helping them live, helping them die, all of these things are the things that glue us together, and they matter so much. I mean, it's amazing how much money you talked about raising this year. That is so much money. And it's incredible. We need that money because we need a cure. But until we have a cure, we have each other. And that is big, and that matters. It's always been that way, and it always will be that way. And you guys are part of that. And I urge you to revel in it and tell your story.